welcome back to BonBon's Cooking. Today we're making this delicious Mediterranean chickpea salad. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see all of my future recipes. Let's cook. Okay, the first ingredient we are going to get ready is our chickpeas. I have one 15-ounce can. I'm not making a whole bunch of this today because I have some other salads as well that I already pre-made. So 1 can of chickpeas. You want to drain, rinse and drain these. These have already been rinsed and drained. We're going to add these to our bowl. Yummy chickpeas. I love chickpeas. We've got those in the bowl, and next we're going to move on to chopping up our vegetables. For this recipe, we are going to be adding cucumber. I have a beautiful English cucumber here that I'm going to chop up. Slice it down the middle. Everybody knows I love my English cucumbers now. And we're going to slice it again. And we're just going to start chopping these up into nice sliced pieces and chop up the whole thing. I've got our English cucumber pretty well chopped up here. You can see I chopped it up into bite-sized pieces. People are probably wondering, Bonnie, why do you have a black glove on today? I actually cut myself yesterday when I was cleaning up, so I don't want to come on camera with a Band-Aid. You know what I mean? But it wasn't a bad cut, so don't worry. All right, so we add our cucumber to our chickpeas, set that aside, and we're gonna move on to our next step, which is our red onion. So we're gonna chop up half of a red onion, and this is a medium-sized onion. So just go through and cut that up. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. I love to read my comments and see where everybody's watching me from. Got my onions chopped up. Very nice here. That looks perfect. Bite-sized pieces. And we are going to add that to our other vegetables. And put that in. Layer that on top. See how that color starting to pop out? Okay. Alrighty, and we're gonna move on to our next step, the peppers. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up just a third, so a little bit less than a half, or a little bit more than a half, I guess, of our peppers. I'm gonna chop up orange, yellow, and red. It's gonna give a beautiful color and really gives a great flavoring and crunch to the salad. So let's core these. I already rinsed them. Get these cored, and then we'll chop them up. We're gonna cut these in half now. You can chop them up and set them aside. And we're gonna go through and start chopping these. Let me show you go through like this into bite-sized pieces, okay? Go through and chop your peppers up. That looks perfect. So let's continue on and do the same thing with our red and orange. Okay, we've got our beautiful yellow, red, and orange pepper chopped up. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to our onions, our English cucumber, and our yummy chickpeas. Add that in. It's looking beautiful. What do you guys think? You know, I love to use lots of vegetables in all my cooking. That's looking great. Stir everything around. And if you want to make more, just double the recipe or add another can of chickpeas. Okay? Look at how beautiful that's looking. Let's move on to the next step, which will be chopping up our grape tomatoes. Okay, what we want to do with our grape tomatoes is just go through and cut them in half, okay? I've got my beautiful grape tomatoes chopped. Oh, I missed one. Let me grab this. Hold on, guys. There we go. He escaped. We're gonna go ahead and add these to our salad. Looks so delicious. Look at how colorful that is. Alrighty, that's looking beautiful. We're gonna move on to our next step, which is adding the cheese. Okay, we're gonna be adding about 3 ounces of feta cheese. This is crumbled. Love feta cheese. Let's go ahead and just sprinkle that into our salad on top here. Beautiful. Alrighty, I'm gonna give that a quick stir. Oh my gosh, that looks absolutely delicious. Look at that. All right, now we're gonna add one more ingredient to this before we make up our vinaigrette, and that is gonna be the olives. And we'll go ahead and get those chopped up. So our last little ingredient before we make up our vinaigrette is our Kalamata olives. Gotta add these to a Mediterranean salad, for sure. We're just gonna go through and kind of cut these in half, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add them. I love these, they taste so good. So let's chop these up. You want to have about a half a cup once they're chopped. So let's chop these up, and then we'll add them to our salad. Okay, we've got our olives chopped up, and we're gonna add, this will be about a half a cup, and they're not perfectly all chopped up. Like, you know, I wanna keep it's home cooking, right guys? So just so they're kind of chopped up and broken up there. And we're going to blend those in to the salad. Oh my gosh, look at that, it's beautiful. Before I make up the vinaigrette, what I'm going to do is I want to add just a little bit of flavoring to the vegetables. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle over some oregano, just to season that up a little bit more. A sprinkle of garlic salt. Everything's better with garlic in it, right? Season it up with some black pepper on top. Give it a quick stir. What do you think, everybody? I can see why this is a popular salad. Boy, that looks, and when I make that vinaigrette up, it's gonna be delicious in this. We are going to chop up and add our basil and parsley. So let's get that started. So first, we are gonna cut up and add about a tablespoon of basil. Now there's a little trick. I'm not really happy with my basil. It looks a little wilted, I'm just saying. Roll it up, roll the leaves up, and then just go through and trim it. Like a cigar. I roll it up like a cigar, I guess. Not that I smoke them. And chop this up. This is gonna give a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful flavor. Okay, we've got that. We're gonna set that over here. And now let's trim up 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Parsley is kind of tricky too. So I'm gonna start here and just go through and get these little tree parts off. You don't want some stem is okay, but you don't want a bunch. Okay, see my stems? And now I'm gonna go through, chop this up a little bit more. That's about 2 tablespoons. Oh my gosh, the basil and the fresh parsley smell so darn good. I wish you guys were here next to me smelling it. Delicious. All right, we've got our herbs chopped up. We're gonna add that to our salad. Bring that over here. I'm gonna sprinkle the parsley on top, and we're gonna throw in the basil. Give it a quick stir. Oh yeah. Once we add the vinaigrette to this and let this sit for about an hour marinating, it's gonna be delicious. Now some people prefer not to add the vinaigrette until, add their dressing till right before you are going to eat it or serve it. Either way works. Some people think that it makes the cucumbers and that a little soggy, but I don't know. I've done it and it's fine, but it's up to you. All right, look at that, guys. What do you think? That is looking delicious. Alrighty, we are ready to make our final addition, which is our vinaigrette dressing. All right, we're gonna make our homemade honey Italian vinaigrette. First, we'll start with 1/2 cup extra virgin olive oil. Then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Then we are going to add our 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard and honey. I gotta think what I put in here. 1 tablespoon of honey. So let's get that added in. Okay. Next, we're gonna add our seasonings. I separated them there for everybody to see. We've got, let me read them off, and don't worry about this. I'm gonna post the recipes so you'll be able to see it in the description. But we're gonna be adding a half teaspoon of dried oregano, a half teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and that's it. So let me go ahead and add these in. Garlic salt, I hope I said. Garlic salt, dried oregano, black pepper. Yeah. All right. Now all you do is you whisk this. Whisk this up. Oh my God, it smells great. Whisk this for about a minute to make sure everything is mixed. At least a minute. And this is even better if you want to chill this in the refrigerator for about an hour and let the flavors sit. That is something I would highly recommend. But today I'm gonna just go ahead and put it in my salad just to show you guys how beautiful it looks. That is coming, that looks really nice. Okay, I'm just gonna taste it. A little olive on my hand. That tastes really good. Really good. Okay, so we've got our honey Italian vinaigrette made. And we're gonna just take this now and we are gonna add it and put it on top of our salad. Again, if you wanna do this right before serving, do it. Let's look at that. Drizzle that all over the vegetables. What a great salad, guys. What do you think? I hope you try this and let me know what you think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I got many more recipes I'm gonna be posting for all of you. And this is our beautiful chickpea Mediterranean salad, Bonnie's way. And then if you want it too, let me grab my parsley, okay? Voila, look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful salad. See you next time.